So let's just do a little recap of what we have talked about. We talked about the traffic circle and how that is a ministry year in front of you. The 3 months are the different quadrants. Doesn't really matter when you start it, it's your ministry year. So you can start it wherever you want. And asking for that time commitment from someone, start and finish, even if it's the 3 months, is going to be more beneficial to you than probably anything that you could ever do, because it works with their schedules. It's a time commitment that they can keep. Often, once you get them into the traffic circle, they'll see other things that they like. And you know how the right lane, you can go a quarter or you can go halfway around and go out. Well, they might just decide to move over into the inside lane and stay longer for your ministry year once they're inside there. And you're going to keep that in mind. A couple of things we haven't touched on yet that I want to put here. There are accidents that happen in the traffic circle. You have to know the rules to follow. You have to understand that there are things that you have to follow, and you have to be aware of what's going on. So you, as the children's ministry leader, you come in and you're in the left lane and you are in the center, circling around, and you're watching all of these areas where the people are coming on and going off, and you've got to be aware of that. And you have to teach people to use the signal if they're moving over. That would be training. You have to teach them where to come in and where to go off. You need to be able to redirect them if they actually end up in the middle, and maybe that's not where they should stay. Maybe they really do need an off ramp at some point. And you need to remember that you've got to get off the traffic circle once in a while too. You do need to always make sure that there is someone that you are bringing alongside you who has been absolutely wonderful in this traffic flow, and you're mentoring them and you're showing them more things. And maybe they just started doing one side of that traffic circle, one quarter, but maybe the next season they've done half. Maybe the third season they did 3/4, and now they're ready to actually come into the middle with you and stay in their lane there, and you can go off for a little while, because we don't want to have a collision in the traffic circle because of you. We don't. We need you. You're very, very important to this whole system. And you are doing a great job of bringing people on, showing people how they can go off, how they can come back on when they're ready. Just think about that for a second. Someone might come on in a different section of the traffic circle, and they may actually go away for a while. Have you had that happen? I've experienced that, where someone actually moved away for a year, but now they're back and they want to get involved. So now you got to onboard them again. Things are going to keep changing. The sports seasons will never go away. So we gotta try and work with those things. And let's just accept the fact that not everybody will come on and stay with a full year in the children's ministries. Okay. Let's just recap recruiting. Recruiting was ask, seek, and knock. You got to ask. Don't make assumptions. Don't make excuses for somebody else. Just ask. And you're going to hear a no. It's just the way it is. You will hear a yes eventually. So keep asking. Seek. You got to keep looking. You know, when you're in that traffic circle, even, be aware. Maybe you have someone and their spouse comes in and they just start like playing with the kids and having a great time. Like, that person could be another volunteer for you. So keep that in mind. You're seeking for others. And then knock. You never know when the door of opportunity is right there. So keep looking, keep knocking. One of those doors is going to open, and you're going to be so, so happy that you were persistent in keeping knocking on that door. Then we talked about relating, and that was connecting with people, identifying them with something that's relatable to them. And I use the heart, hands, and feet. We got to speak from our heart. We have to create with our hands, and we got to move with our feet. And that is so important as we bring on volunteers. This is a big piece of our training, that you've got to have heart, hands, and feet. Those three components will make all the difference in training your volunteers. And then we have retaining. How do you keep those volunteers? How do you keep those very important people, the VIPs? You share the VIP, the vision, share the vision, not just that you have a need for a role, that you inspire them and they inspire you and others, and purpose, lasting purpose. This is for an eternal purpose, and they are so valuable to us. Celebrate them. Yes, take time to celebrate them and do things for them and with them, and you will find that every year and every season in that volunteer traffic circle, that people will come back again and again, even if they can only do one piece of your traffic circle in children's ministry, they will come back to there. Now, the traffic circle is a simple version, and the best way for me to explain the flow of how volunteers can move throughout your children's ministry. But I have got to tell you, you need to look up a video on the Swindon roundabout. So a roundabout traffic circle, it's the same thing basically, but it is in Europe. It is crazy. There are so many components to it. There's not even really a lot of lanes, but the way it works and flows, I'm telling you, my friends, that is children's ministries. That's really what it looks like. And you and I both know that we can't always keep our perfectly flowing traffic in every area. There, you got to be aware of what's going on. But you take a look at that video and just ask the Lord, you know, how does that relate to me in what I'm doing in my church? And maybe you need to come back to some of the basics of regular traffic circle to get some things in place. Remember, you've got to get yourself and all your volunteers on board, knowing how the traffic circle works for it to be efficient. Otherwise, it could be chaos. But once again, take a look at that video. It'll show you that even when you think it's kind of chaotic, it actually is working because everybody's doing their part. So God bless you. Thank you for spending time with me today. I hope this has been helpful and enjoyable. And I look forward to making more training videos to help you. Please make sure that you leave some comments, and that way I'll know the things that you are needing help in and training your volunteers. God bless you.